And the Clippers as the road team for today's Western Conference matchup. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. On the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. And as we take a look here at David Lee, guys, what do you think?
Well, I'm a big fan of David Lee, fellas. I mean, you look at the way he's progressed in his career. Each season he's found a way to improve, and now he's become one of the better passing forwards in the NBA. I just like what he does because he can figure out ways to win each and every night.
I think a lot of it just has to do with him feeling right at home with the ball on the block. If you double, he'll find the open man, and if you don't, he'll square up and go into his move. He just finds a way to be productive on offense.
And the news here, not good. Jermaine O'Neal will not play. Clark, the injury is going to keep him out of the game.
Well, since the last game when we saw him leave with that injury, the news appears to have gone from bad to worse, guys, and that's terribly disheartening. The speed of that young player, man, we're going to miss that, and he could be out a long time.
Yeah, so sad. I mean, I was not anticipating that news. I love watching this guy play. So talented. So this is really a worst-case scenario for him and his team. Let's just hope that his rehab goes well and that he's back on the court before too long.
Paul kicks to Green. Here's the three. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
The difference between being a dominant or a good team and mediocrity is the ability to win on the road. The Clippers secured their spot as one of the NBA's elite teams last season because they showed the ability to get it done on the road.
Curry kicks to Lee. That's good.
They're really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
That's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward, Clark.
And here we go with Curry running it up the court. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Chris Paul picks up that.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
That was one of those 3 or 4 plays that you see every night in an NBA game that just leaves you in awe.
And the Clippers with one of the better road records in the Western Conference last year, going 24-17. Steve actually tied for the second most road wins in the West, only behind the Thunder.
And believe it or not, Kevin, it's the first time the Clippers franchise has ever had a winning record on the road. Actually, I do believe that when you think back to Clipper history. But I'll tell you what, it's a team on the rise and a very interesting club to watch.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Shot to stop the run, and it's good. Walk through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
What a finish with that hoop.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
Well, you know, it's interesting, guys. Klay Thompson is, as you all know, is a deadly outside shooter. But I think early in his NBA career, he struggled a bit with his touch around the rim. So it's nice to see as last season wore on, he started to find that touch around the glass and finish against bigger guys, which is much needed at the two-guard position.
And that one's good. Paul's got his second basket of the night.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
Back to Curry. Launches a three. Hits the bucket. Well, and Clark going back to Klay Thompson. He wants to be a complete player. His dad certainly was. And, Steve, he's just not a shooting specialist.
No, he's got the size and ball handling ability to really attack off the dribble. And he's also become an excellent defender, too. Greg Popovich talked about it during their playoff series a year ago. Thompson really did a nice job at that end of the floor.
Antoine Jameson's checked in for the Clippers. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Doc Rivers.
Yes, Kevin, he said he doesn't want to see their offense fall into bad habits and get stagnant. He said as long as we keep moving without the ball and don't stand around watching.
The time they met was in Los Angeles. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Fourth team foul.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Dishes it to Dudley. Lets it go with the three.
That's great defense there. They're really going after the shooters right now.
Back to Green. And stolen by Barnes.
Boy, stingy defense there, denying that pass.
Good, and Curry gets the assist. Barnes and the Clippers making a switch here. Crawford's checked in. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Clippers. And, of course, Los Angeles tied right now. Now here's Paul. 20 points for him last game against the Nets in Brooklyn. Crawford's shot is good.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Here's Curry. Thompson from long range. And another three for Golden State.
Well, you know, when they need a big three, he's the guy they look to. He's about as reliable a deep threat as you're going to find.
And he's a great three-point shooter, too, especially when he lets it go from one of those corners. He doesn't miss many of those.
Nice early advantage for them on the glass, guys.
You know, part of rebounding well early is just going after the ball and boxing out. I mean, establishing that tone so that you can maintain it later in the game. They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
But the defense isn't making them earn it. I mean, those shots have just come on easy, open looks. How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick three of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
Curry can't get it to go.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Green with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Fires the three. And Green with the basket on the assist by Paul. Green's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. It's Curry outside. Another miss by Curry.
As a player, you always want to be able to answer back, but he just didn't have it in him that time.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Here's Curry. He picked up 33 points in their last one against Dallas.
And with 3 steals, he also showed some grit and toughness at the defensive end.
Another miss by Curry. Open shot, Green. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. Oh, we've seen some great.
The game is back.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lanes.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. It's Lee and Bogut inside. So, for the Clippers, Antoine Jameson's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Jackson comes in for Willie Green. And it's Collison in for Chris Paul. That's good. Iguodala's got his second bucket.
Steph Curry is virtually impossible to defend. I mean, he can hit from anywhere on the floor. In the gym range, personified with Curry. Mid-range jumpers are like layups to him. And inside, he's got the floater finger roll and the runner. You always expect his shots to go in. It's like watching a game of horse at full speed when the highest stakes are on the line.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Gentlemen, it's no secret that the Bay Area loves its basketball. It was made abundantly clear during last year's playoff run, says Steph Curry, saying, quote, "We made it to the conference semifinals and they gave me a key to the city." The key to the city were the semis. If we'd won a title, they'd have put a statue of Coach Jackson on top of the bridge. That statue might not be too far off the way they are collecting talent, Kev.
You can tell they've made a big impression. Thanks, Doris. Los Angeles making a switch here. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jameson. Dudley comes in for Steven Jackson. Willie Green's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Paul in for Darren Collison. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And Steve, shooting no doubt Curry's forte. He narrowly missed the All-Star game last season. I mean, I can't believe he didn't get elected, and he seemed to be the one glaring miss. When you watch his game, where can he improve?
I think offensively, he's got the whole package. I think it's at the other end of the floor where he can probably improve. He needs to compete a little bit more defensively, but that's tough to do when you're handling so much of the offensive load for your team. But he's got to find a little more balance, I think, between his offense and his defense.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, I'm sure Chris Paul not happy with how last season ended. He's hungry for a title. But a franchise best in wins for the Clippers, and for CP3, another great season statistically, I think he's got to take some solace in that.
Curry with the steal. Jacks up a 3. He gets hauled in by Los Angeles. Jordan's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
They had major problems at the charity stripe in that game.
With a great backup behind him and Eric Bledsoe.
Yeah, even when Paul missed those 12 games with an injury, the Clippers did fine without him. But now Bledsoe is on to Phoenix after the trade. Darren Collison steps into that backup role, and we'll see how he's able to fit.
The Warriors making a switch here. Spates is checked in.
Yeah, and he's one player who doesn't need a lot of space to get to the basket. He's really crafty, the way he can blast his way straight through traffic. He's really strong.
And no discussion about him is complete until you talk about his sensational passing. I mean, he is an absolute wizard with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, the Warriors turnaround, I think, in large part because of the improvement defensively and on the boards last year. There was a 5 or 6 year stretch where Golden State was maybe the worst team in both categories in the entire league, but the schemes have changed, the personnel, the intent, the toughness, and it has all led to a new era for the Golden State Warriors basketball team.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Thompson for the triple.
6th in scoring. And they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
And let's go back to the assists, Clark, because to me, those numbers are a sign of how cohesively they've played together as a unit. This is an unselfish squad. They play hard. They've got a good plan of attack. They're extremely well coached. And as a result, they rack up those assist numbers.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
And back to the Warriors looking to pack the paint. If you get into a 3-point shooting contest with them, well, I think they'd welcome that.
I agree. I mean, with the Splash Brothers in the backcourt, you can get sprayed in a hurry from all angles. I mean, those guys are terrific. But again, they're improved.
Gordon's checked in for the Clippers. Dudley comes in for Steven Jackson. Backing up the points down low, well, that's exactly what these guys have done this season. Check out the top-scoring big men in the NBA. 5th best, Blake Griffin.
You know, that's as scary a collection of big men as you'd want to see. Game planning for any of them is a challenge because you know how much defensive attention you're going to have to devote to them.
Yeah, it's almost like you've got to pick your poison. Either you leave other areas of the floor open and put some extra bodies down low, or you risk one of these guys running wild on you. With all of the on-court skills that Chris Paul possesses, perhaps his greatest attribute is the leadership he brings to a team. He just has a way about bringing guys together, encouraging them while also challenging them and holding them accountable.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Guys, Harrison Barnes certainly had a solid rookie season for the Warriors. Part of that is having a staff that holds you to a high standard. He said when he first got drafted, the first day, he came out dribbling and shooting the ball. One of the Warriors' assistant coaches came up and told him he was the worst-rated defender to come out of the draft. The coach said, quote, "Put the ball down. You're a terrible defender, and we're going to make you better." Guys, credit Barnes for accepting that kind of coaching, and the staff raved about the progress he's made as a defender.
Thanks, Doris.
Yeah, such a hard worker. He's really fit right into this team.
Feeds it to Dudley. From deep, Green. And again, Los Angeles with the triple. In the NBA.
I would agree with that. He's just a dominant presence out there, despite the fact that he's kind of short. But he just understands his point guard's role. Passionate about the game, smart basketball player, and loves to play.
Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
19 seconds on shot clock.
30 seconds left in the first half. Here's Dudley. Rebound, Bogut. Bogut's got his fourth rebound in this one.
Probably should hold for one shot here. Clock is on their side.
Yeah, no-brainer. They can hold it for the last shot. He has yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
Curry passes to Bogut. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam. This game going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over here.
Well, I
shaking
just,
his head.
you know what,
Kevin? And the first half ends in a close one. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 2. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Complete domination. What a game for Thompson. He has 17 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
well, as long as he's continuing to make them, I think they should make him more of a focal point of this offense.
Heading underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Chris Paul and Willie Green are manning the backcourt. Dudley and Griffin, your small and power forwards. And it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And for the Warriors, unusual for a playoff team to be giving minutes to 3 or even 4 rookies, but that was the case last season. Barnes, Azili, Green, they brought in a rookie group with maturity that had done a good job of preparing themselves at the collegiate level, and all of them produced. Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark's power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Thompson, guarded by Green. Thompson misses. And for the Warriors rookies last season, Steve, they got an early start. They were in the team gym from the earliest days after the draft.
Well, this is a club that has great chemistry. Some of that has to do with Mark Jackson. A lot of it has to do with just the quality of people that they've put on that roster. But it's an exciting young team with a good coach and a great crowd. I think the Warriors have a very bright future.
First personal foul, team's first.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Curry. And it's good. Curry's got 11 points.
Ever in the season, and not just a gunner, but he also became the first player in NBA history to average over 3 triples and 6 assists a game.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Crawford's checked in. Green kicks to Paul. Stolen by Thompson. And now, in transition, here we go. Iguodala. Oh, and he can't cap off the break.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And together as a tandem last season, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson crushed the record for most three-pointers in a season, Steve. 483 combined threes.
What an incredible young combination in the backcourt. Thompson played in the rookie sophomore game, and Curry was actually snubbed from the All-Star game, but he did win Western Conference Player of the Month in April. First Warrior to win a Player of the Month honor since Chris Mullin back in 1990.
And the whistle. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
Jordan dishes to Paul. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
And we'll take a quick look now at the numbers for Chris Paul. First in assists, 5th in steals, and he's just been so consistent from the foul line, ranking in the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And you know, you threw his number 1 assist ranking out there, Steve, and what's really impressive is that not only is he creative, but he's a willing passer. The guy wants to give good at giving him the ball in an ideal position.
Los Angeles leading by 7.
Boy, it was an impressive turnaround for Mark Jackson and the Warriors last season. I mean, his promise of making the playoffs didn't come together in his first season at the Controls, but in year 2, they got it done. And I tell you what, most thought Mark would be a really outstanding coach, and he's well on his way to making that a reality. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
Well, now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Curry can't get it to go.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
Lee kicks to Curry. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Well, among the centers and power forwards of the NBA, these are the players with the softest touch around the bucket. Some terrific shooting percentages for the big men. Andre Jordan is second.
And you look at that list, most of the guys there have that unique combination of power and finesse. A very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
And that kind of combo blend is what can...
Ball against Barnes. Green kicks to Crawford. Clock at 4. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Jamal Crawford.
Crawford's got his second bucket of the night.
You know, you go through the regular season, guys, and set all sorts of records for your franchise and wins and winning streaks and all that. You win your division for the first time ever, your first 50-win season, and what do you get for it? Bounced in the first round of the playoffs. It's still progress, though, and I think the Clippers will use that for motivation this season.
Ball against Curry. Green, the pass to Crawford. Tries to keep it alive. No good from outside. Warriors trail by 12. Clark, as you said, the Clippers got up 2-zip on the Grizzlies, but all of a sudden it came to a crashing halt. And Steve, they dropped 4 consecutive games, and just like
in the offseason, and they're looking to pick up and make some improvement in that regard.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Harrison Barnes.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Paul kicks to Mullen. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Paul against Curry. The dish to Iguodala. Paul outside. Green. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Second shot opportunity. And Iguodala with the layup. Iguodala's got 8 points.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
Paul dishes to Green. There's Crawford with the 3. The Warriors pull it in. Now here's Curry. He's got 13. And it's Thompson again missing.
Timeout for the Clippers.
Take the timeout and give yourself a chance to regroup.
Here's Paul. No good on that last second attempt there. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And they continue to knock down the long-range three-point shot as well.
On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. It's Lee and Bogut inside, and it's Curry in at the point. That's the Warriors' 5.
And he's the type of player who, you know, when he gets it going, is almost impossible to cool down. Coaches will call a timeout sometimes just to take away some of the momentum that he provides for that club.
And something else he does is he's great off the dribble. He can take it to the rack or pull up. So as a defender, you don't know how to play it.
They get it again. Here's Lee, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not going to allow many easy layups. They're going to make you earn it from the line.
And he sinks the second.
You know, the way he played last season and the strides he made in terms of defensive presence and the fact he's a consistent threat, we can start calling David Lee an elite power forward, in my opinion. The numbers are certainly there.
Jamison kicks to Crawford. Passes it to Jackson. And again, the Clippers good for two. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. It's Iguodala with the drive. Here's Curry with the three. Here's Bogut. And the dunk to finish it on. Beauty.
Boy, I like the way he carved out just enough space to get his hands on the missed shot and then rattle the rim on the putback.
And the gap narrows.
They're closing it fast.
Well, that's the effort of a team ready to fight back into this game.
And for David Lee last season, the second All-Star appearance in his career, one with the New York Knicks, and last year as a Warrior. The first All-Star appearance for a Golden State Warrior, Steve, and hard to believe, in 16 years.
That's a long time, but it's been a pretty big dry spell for that franchise. But you know, you talk about Lee, he led the league last year in double-doubles, had 56 of them during the season. So, you know, is he elite? I don't know if he's elite, but he's a borderline all-star, made it last year. One of the top, let's say, 5-6 power forwards in the game.
That's high praise.
Yeah.
Curry kicks to Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Thompson's got 23 points.
He's really picked up where he left off in the first.
Crawford outside. Back to Jackson. Pass to Collison. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Really an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Thompson for three. Another three for Golden State.
Wow. Wow. What a great performance from him. He's hit three in each half.
Crawford kicks to Jamison. They get the rebound. Here's Jordan. And he finishes nice.
Teams in the NBA, one of the outstanding team shows you'll see. They have fun, they're up and down, but they're a hard-working group, and a lot of that you have to attribute to their leader, Chris Paul.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jamison. Dudley comes in for Steven Jackson. Billy Green's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Paul in for Darren Collison. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thank you, Kevin. Mark Jackson had some words for his team over that break. He told his players, turnovers are killing us right now. We can't keep trying to make the home run play. Settle down, run the offense, and make the simple pass. Kevin, sounds easy enough.
Well, Clark, as you were taking a look at the Clippers, they are a fun team, an amazing product so far with big names all around. But, you know, Steve, they've got to work hand in hand to make sure they're always at their best and not take things for granted.
Well, I think it's still a team that's a work in progress. You've got a young front line in Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, great point guard in Paul, but the new additions have helped, and I think it'll be interesting to see if this team can gel during the playoffs.
Paul kicks to Dudley. He feeds it to Griffin. Griffin draws the double. And here's Green outside, and the Clippers miss again.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I thought so too, Clark. I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
Griffin. Outside, Green. Into Jordan. Here's Griffin. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And they're getting that lead way up there now. I mean, it should be a stroll to the final whistle from here.
Yeah, this late in the game, it'd be almost impossible for them to blow a lead like this.
Here's Curry with the three. Another miss by Curry.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
Back to Iguodala. And there's the feed to Curry. .110 left to play here in the fourth. And they get it. And the Warriors get it back.
Nice job on the offensive glass.
Back to Iguodala. Right side Curry. Goes back up. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Been a rough shooting night for him, but I don't mind that shot. He had a good look at it.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That'll be his second foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Green passes to Jamison. Kicks it to Dudley. Los Angeles with another miss.
Boy, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Nedovic. 6 to shoot. The dive for the ball. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
5 seconds on the shot clock. 5.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Green with a screen on Jackson. From deep three-point range. No good from Bazemore. Here's Dudley. Can't connect.